A couple of months back, I picked up this KLX 110 for $400 and it is missing the head. Got a couple extra heads with it, but the goal today is to get this thing running without putting any money into it. I think I have enough parts to do it, but first let's check out what's wrong with it. So I got two heads with the bike, which is usually not a good sign. You can see this one head has a broken valve on the intake side, and the other head is missing the exhaust valve, and it looks like that had broken at some point too. There's a gouge there and here. So I'm gonna try to piece together all the parts here and somehow make this thing run. Probably take a look at the piston, make sure it's not destroyed. There is a gouge here. I don't think that's gonna cause any issues, but it looks like everything turns over on the bottom end. I'm just gonna pull the cylinder off just to check out the piston and the rest of the cylinder, make sure that's good before we slap a head on. Looks like everything's just kind of hanging out here. Oh, this is Big Gun exhaust. I thought it was China. China. It's actually not bad exhaust though. Besides, it's all welded up right here. Oh, and it's cracked. Look at this. Everything's just busted up on this thing. Got a broken throttle cable. That should give us enough room there. Oh yeah, that's easy peasy. Maybe it's a bad idea to take the cylinder off. That way I don't actually know what's inside, but that's not too bad actually. Oh yeah, piston's good to go. Doesn't really matter that it has a gouge on the top. We're on a budget here, so that's kind of minor details. Check out the cylinder bore. She's primo. While we're at it, might as well give it a little Scotchy Brite action. Are you stealing the parts? If you take that, we're not gonna be able to run this thing, and you're not gonna get any rides. All right, boys, I think we found the problem. You guys probably noticed this already. See the piston? It's marked exhaust on the intake side. So if someone put the piston in backwards, that is gonna do it every time. I don't want to blow anyone out here, but I think we've all made a stupid mistake like this a time or two. It happens. Just gotta flip this baby around and should run a little better. Should run longer than 5 minutes this time, or 5 seconds I should say. Did you take my bolt? Can I have the bolt back, please? Can I have the bolt, please? Bolt, you want to trade? Hey, Gemma, Rock. You want to trade? Oh, that was a scam. That was a big scam. Oh, where did my bolt go? You threw it. You know, I thought a little better about these nicks in the piston. In case some of those burrs come loose, I just want to knock them down. Prime wheel does it every time. Never thought I'd be buffing out pistons with that thing though. Let's pop this brand new low hour piston back in. The right way, of course. There we go. Use gaskets and everything, eh? Who gives? So I gotta figure out which head I want to use here. They're both damaged. This one has a few nicks in it here, and that one as well. It's got a broken valve, so I'm worried about the valve guide. How about we pop the valves out and go from there? Looks like we've got a broken exhaust valve on this head too. Yeah, piston in backwards will snap those things in a hurry, but it looks like the valve guide is fine. I'll go ahead and pull out this side. Some asshole stole my valve spring compressor, so I'm gonna have to do this one by hand. Perfect. I'm probably gonna go with this one. It's less chewed up right here. I can just kind of knock those burrs out of there. In the true nature of this bike build, I'm gonna try reusing this gasket. It's coming off in one piece. So this is what we've got for valves, 2 broken ones and 2 non-broken ones. I don't know if these things are bent or not. Looks like they roll pretty good. We might be in business. Let's go clean these up. These wheels aren't gonna take any material off the steel here, so we're safe using them. I'm gonna give these valve seats on the head a little cleanup. Also, I haven't really checked the valve guides yet. Yep, that goes in smooth. That as well. Why don't we test and see if the valves seal with the seat there. Just gonna hold pressure on the valve and pour some water in the port. I don't see any leaks yet. Yeah, that's good to go. Exhaust side looks fine too. Now the real challenge is gonna be getting these valve springs and the keepers in without a compressor. This is gonna be a 3-handed effort. We're gonna try the same thing. Compress it with some needle nose and drop it in.
One fucking care.
All right, let up. That's it. Whoever stole my compressors, I'm gonna beat their ass. We ended up getting the valves all together without a compressor. I don't know how that was possible. Wouldn't recommend it, but now we're moving on to dropping the cam back in. Seems like that spins fine. Then we've got rocker arms. While we have the head off, it's a little easier to set the valve lash. So I think both intake and exhaust should be around 4 or 5 thou. You just want a little bit of drag there. And also made sure the engine's at top dead center, makes it a little easier for timing. I was wrong. The gear's got to be off. It's hitting the head. We'll get these studs torqued down to 16 foot-pounds. Now to set the timing, I'll need to pull the flywheel cover off. And also when you're setting timing, you need to make sure the cam is free. If it's 180 off, that'll just throw everything out of whack. So cam cannot be engaged with the rocker arms. That looks pretty dead on. Might be one more tooth. That looks right there. So with this timing chain tensioner, it is automatic. So we're gonna turn it all the way clockwise. I'll kind of show you how these work. As the chain wears, it'll extend out and you can see it doesn't push in at all. So it'll keep adjusting that chain so there's no timing chain slab. So we're gonna turn it all the way clockwise and drop it into the cylinder. Turn the motor over a few times to make sure everything seems fine. Check the timing. All that looks good. So now we can pop the flywheel cover back on. I said I wasn't going to put any money into this bike, but I can't stand those Phillips screws on this cover. Oh, that's a little too long or too short. So I'm replacing these with 8mm head bolts instead. Now there's two things this bike did not come with: spark plug and a bolt for the feed line, oil feed line going to the head. Can't really wait around for parts. I don't want to put any money into this thing, so I actually have another 110. I'm just going to steal those parts off of. All right, now at this point, just need to get the carb on, and I think we're ready to try to fire it up. Got our spacer and our used gasket that we scraped off the other head. You guys will have to check out this fuel line setup. It literally just plugs in. Think that's gonna work? Throttle kind of works. How's the choke look on that side? Is it working? I'm gonna turn the fuel on. See if we got any leaks. It actually doesn't leak. It's holding. All right, well, I think we're ready to fire it up. I don't think it has oil in it, but you know what? It doesn't really matter at this point. We'll start pissing fuel everywhere, but we'll see if it actually starts. Oh my God! I forgot to put the exhaust on. It started, dude. Shit, yeah. It won't shift down. Oh, now it does. All right. Dude, it runs for, I just had to borrow a spark plug and one bolt, and that was it. I should probably shut it off before it catches on fire, but we did it. I'm not gonna say it runs good, but it runs. I think the throttle is sticking a little bit. It's like stuck wide open, but she's a beaut. Well, now that we know it runs, probably should get some exhaust on it. Got this beautiful, already welded exhaust that broke once again, but it's all we got, so let's get her slapped on. This looks really safe. This coil wire's gonna melt on here. You gonna help me? Hey, that's my bolt. Can I have that back? Watch, she's gonna go throw it away again. The next issue at hand, we're not reading any oil in the sight glass, so we should probably add some. From the looks of it, we were pretty low on oil. Actually not bad. Carb was leaking a ton out of the overflow, so I think well, first off, look at that gas, dude. That's probably not fresh gas. Should probably drain the tank before anything. And then the needle and seat were stuck in the carb, so let's fix that. This is probably the most economical way to get rid of your old gas. Just pour it into a shitty truck, but I can't even get my cap cover open. See the color of this gas coming out? Dude, that is piss yellow. That's older than Joe Biden. Ugh. Catch a whiff of that? I don't even know if that's gas. The old Tacoma. She'll run on piss. Tried it. Well, we're gonna pull the carb off and sort out that needle and seat. All right, let's see what this needle and seat are looking like. It looks fine. Well, let's see, we're just gonna have to manually test this one. Bro, the gas tank broke. Oh, looks like we're not riding this thing now. Old Chinese gas tank, just the bottom ripped off of it. The more we work on this, the more of a pile it becomes. Better than new. Whoops. Let's see. Oh, that's extra. Ooh. Almost Kobe'd it. Okay, this is how we're gonna test the needle and seat. Turn the fuel on. Oh yeah, we are good to go. Yeah, that's all that does is when the fuel level gets high, this floats up, closes off the valve, and prevents it from coming out the overflow here off the flip bowl. Oh, it sounds way better. And it idles. Dude, it's actually running real good. Dang, it's like a whole new bike. Dude, is this thing tuned or what? Oh. Clutch needs some adjustment though. Yeah, that clutch is a little... Damn. Oh, the brakes even work too. Yeah, it's not one to rev out, probably because we don't have an air filter on it. But it's running a lot better. I'll tell you that for free. Well, I pulled the carb off for the third time. I was gonna start tuning it to try to get it to run a little cleaner on top, but I kind of think that it's, well, it's missing a couple seals in the carb. This fuel screw is all screwed up and the exhaust is cracked. It's got Chinese wiring on it. So instead of tuning, I'm just going to actually put some quality components on this thing. So we're gonna wrap up the video here. I don't know if we actually made any progress today or not. It was kind of fun. Well, goal was accomplished. We got it running for $0. I just had to borrow a spark plug and that was it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to see more work done to this bike, like, I don't know, maybe clean it up a little, new plastics, not such Chinese parts on it, let me know. I might make another video or two with it. Be kind of fun.